Whenever we have a pairing of two great saints like Philip and James, I think, why are they together? Perhaps they worked diligently side by side in the early church as early apostles, but that's not the case. This is the day that both of their remains, their relics, were presented in a church in Rome. They gave their lives for the faith. That's why we're wearing the red vestment today, the blood of martyrs, and we hold up those who are giving their very lives for the faith. I think of the priests who live with me in St. Mary's Rectory in Brookline Village. 2 are from Nigeria, and we have 2 visiting from Nigeria, and the awful things that happen to Catholics there, bombs going off at church, and people who are being killed by terrorism because of the faith. So we hold their witness because an early Christian saint said that the seed of the faith is the blood of martyrs. May those souls rest in peace through the intercession of Philip and James today. But it's interesting to see the relationship that may have had. But ultimately, it is the center of their lives to be related to Jesus Christ. Philip was the first one that was called directly by Jesus in the Gospel of John. Philip was a disciple of John the Baptist, but then Jesus says, "Come and see what I have in store for you." And Philip goes to draw others. He says, "I have found someone. I have found the one that Moses wrote about in the law." And the response to Philip was, "Can anything good come from Jerusalem, from Nazareth?" Well, Jesus is the one that's been promised to bring all nations together. And their interesting relationship continued when those 5,000 people needed to be fed. Philip doubted the ability that Jesus had to feed. He said, "Where are we going to get all this money to feed these people? Are we going to get food?" That's the trust that Philip is being invited to share as an apostle. Then, at the Last Supper, those final words, the farewell address, and Jesus, you can feel his frustration in the fullness of his humanity. Philip still doesn't get it. He says, "Have I been with you so long? You were the first one I called. You're seeing and experiencing the feeding of the 5,000, and you still are asking who I am?" As a priest, that gives me courage. It gives me hope that we are still all wrestling with those common things of faith. But not to be discouraged, Philip asks the question of Jesus, tells him to show us the Father. Where is the Father shown? The Father is shown when we take on the attributes of him, the Father who is love made flesh in his Son, Jesus Christ.